How will the comedy world react to Monique and Katt Williams' collaboration in exposing the biggest rats in the industry? Get ready for a dose of truth and laughter as we dive into the latest buzz. Monique teams up with Katt Williams exposing biggest comedy rats. Backstage drama to industry secrets, we'll explore the juicy details and uproarious moments that promise to leave you entertained and enlightened. Let's jump right into this comedic exposé. Why have prominent comedians like Katt Williams and Monique spoken out to expose shady practices in the comedy industry recently? Monique has never avoided expressing unpopular perspectives openly despite potential backlash from fans or employers. Her Oscar-winning turn in Precious combined dramatic depth with comedic flair as an abusive mother. This breakthrough role catapulted her to prominence. However, conflicts arose when producers requested extensive promotional appearances without additional pay, leading Monique to turn down opportunities. In response, she noticed unflattering headlines labeling her as difficult, alongside a conspicuous lack of new film offers. Monique argues that industry decision-makers flagged her unjustly as problematic for rejecting their terms. She claims prominent director Lee Daniels even admitted she faced blackballing in private conversations, yet he and other celebrities stayed silent rather than publicly defending her. In subsequent years, Monique continually risked further marginalization by voicing allegations of discrimination by the entertainment elite. She accused moguls like Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry of undermining her career in alignment with Daniels. More brazenly, in 2015, she called for boycotting streaming juggernaut Netflix over a lowball offer for a proposed comedy special compared to figures quoted for other comics. Monique frames these conflicts as part of a career-long crusade advocating for entertainers refusing exploitative conditions. She continues shining a light on systemic pay inequality and power imbalances. Her latest provocations warn budding comedians about integrity-threatening pressures from decision-makers holding purse strings. Fewer fans flocked to new Monique comedy sets following her extended hiatus. She vows to fight for fairness behind the scenes. Whereas Monique trains her attacks on institutions more broadly, Katt Williams aggressively blitzes specific individual targets, famed for playing aggressive underdogs on edge, reflecting his own scrappy career eyes. Alongside stinging crowd work roasting hecklers, Williams earned appreciation for socio-political takes on race, celebrity, and criminality balanced with zany physical humor. At the peak of his powers headlining massive arena tours, no rival comic compared for raw energy. However, Williams endured dramatic downs alongside his explosive ups. Various arrests and bizarre public meltdowns aligned with drug abuse allegations to stall his momentum. But he continues churning out specials between related scandals to maintain his core following. Increasingly, his gnarliest material shifts towards celebrity call-outs questioning who truly deserves revered status. Williams' latest viral rant on the Club Shay Shay online show encapsulates his unique persona, blending element of dangerous truth-teller and unhinged rabble-rouser. Unleashes rage toward iconic host Steve Harvey, painting him as a disingenuous fraud co-opting original styles from trailblazers like Bernie Mac and Mark Curry. Furthermore, Williams condemns Harvey along with Cedric the Entertainer and radio personality Ricky Smiley as colluding gatekeepers denying opportunities to talents not blindly obedient. What critiques targeting other big-name comedians reveal about integrity issues in the comedy business? Comedians distinguish themselves through highly developed stage personas. Audiences come expecting a particular perspective and energy aligned with their branding. However, Williams argues certain prominent stand-ups project inauthentic images curated more by handlers than reflecting internal realities. Specifically, he alleges Steve Harvey's mainstream congeniality completely contradicts callous indifference and cutthroat maneuvering off camera. These serious accusations gained traction considering Williams' 4 decades in comedy crossing paths with numerous luminaries. Industry dynamics shift across eras from underground clubs to packed theatres. Critics counter that Williams' mental instability and substance struggles make his rants appear unhinged bitterness projecting paranoid fantasies. They dismiss his words as clickbait fabrications aiming to spark outrage for relevance. However, while clearly coloured by frustration, his central premise rings familiar. He gives voice to reasonable concerns about mass entertainment's authenticity in a social media age where optics overwhelm. Williams further argues that beyond established headliners, the very paths young talents traverse to fame often involve facades. He points to Kevin Hart's unprecedented rise from amateur competitions to selling out arenas within barely 2 years as suspiciously accelerated, if not outright manufactured behind the scenes. While Williams lacks concrete evidence proving orchestration, he makes the case the gatekeepers select and promote favorites based on compromise, not comedy chops alone. Framing institutions as valuing silence over integrity, Williams puts decision-makers on notice that the depths of deception penetrate public consciousness. For emerging entertainers, he makes resisting conformity tempting if daunting. Comedy's unpredictable nature means performers often face pressuring into uncomfortable scenarios, building rapport with audiences. However, Williams argues that highly unethical directives come from production teams above all. He details multiple instances of filmmakers insisting comedians wear dresses on screen despite vehement objections. Williams considered donning female attire in both Big Mama's House 2 alongside Martin Lawrence, and later for his own sitcom offered by entertainment mogul Byron Allen. He resolutely refused these potentially lucrative opportunities based on principle. Although unproven, his distress surfaces suspicions that predatory producers prey upon up-and-coming talents desperate for exposure. Veteran comedian Dave Chappelle famously walked away from his massively successful show at the height of its popularity over vaguely similar behind-the-scenes clashes with network executives. His departure involving principled stands against manipulation lends credence to Williams' core claim that those controlling access exploit eager aspirants. Though likely not universal, Chappelle and Williams' experience suggests such harassment exists on some scale. For newcomers chasing fame, Williams makes resisting temptation to compromise integrity appear valiant, presents himself as a rebel crusader pushing back against systemic toxicity. Williams argues that money alone cannot justify degrading demands. Might Monique's conflicts with Oprah offer lessons regarding integrity in the entertainment business? Whereas Williams rages broadly against institutionalized corruption in comedy, Monique focuses more narrowly on her complex dynamic with billionaire Oprah Winfrey. Intimate friends turned hostile rivals, their intricate interpersonal saga encapsulates tensions between principle and prosperity. Initially, the duo bonded deeply over mutually surviving sexual assault and domestic trauma growing up, despite present fame. Sisterhood showcased for audiences how even those reaching highest echelons face wounds. Likewise demonstrated money alone cannot solve life's deepest dilemmas without integrity. However, fissures formed in their friendship following collaboration on hit film Precious that earned Monique an Oscar. Producers pressured her into extra promotion without pay. She pushed back. Meanwhile, Oprah asked to feature Monique's estranged family on her show, which the comedian resisted. In response to both situations, Monique perceived a pattern of retaliation from the billionaire talk show host. Interpreted Oprah giving platform to her mother and siblings without consent so soon after they clashed regarding Precious as intentional undermining. Oprah denied vengeful motives, but nonetheless communication crumbled and distance grew. This falling out highlights how even the closest celebrity confidants struggle maintaining genuine bonds under spotlight scrutiny. More tragically, it reveals how rarely the most wealthy and powerful voices speak against systemic exploitation publicly, even when acknowledging it privately. Both Oprah and associates openly validated Monique's grievances behind closed doors, according to the comedian. But unlike her, their personal brands relied upon pleasing Hollywood heavies. Publicly, they tacitly endorsed blackballing her rather than jeopardizing production partnerships. Their silence in exchange for security reflects the entertainment industry's prime currency. While extremely successful in her own right, Monique argues she lost much because, unlike Oprah and peers, she refused conforming to corrupt conditions for comfort. Steadfast stance illustrates that exposing ugly industry realities carries real costs celebrities must weigh carefully when resisting demands. What Oprah so directly suggests integrity requires accepting trade-offs. As we embark on this hilarious and eye-opening journey with Monique and Katt Williams, don't forget to show your support by hitting that like button below and subscribing to our channel for more entertaining updates. Engagement fuels our passion for bringing you the latest news and insights from the world of comedy. Stay tuned for more juicy revelations and comedic brilliance. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's spread the laughter